Hi. So we've got I've had a camera kind of crap out on me and do a bunch of weird stuff. So this video is way later than the actual poll went out, but that also gives a lot. I'm going to check here for, just to be absolute sure, community tab. Yeah, this was put out 2 weeks ago, 256 votes, 60% wide receiver. That is no presidential, oh my God, that is a landslide. But we're running out here, so you guys are going to have to start running out of petition, which is good, but gotcha. So, let's see here. So this is thefantasyfootballers.com. The best way for me to find the objectively better wide receivers or any position. To be fair, some do allow for, like, you can pick your linebackers, but on NFL fantasy.com, one that I did many years ago, just to see it, was only allowed for a whole defense, which I think when you play defense, you're like, you don't necessarily want the whole defense, because sometimes, you know, the corners on this team are better than the corners on the Cowboys, but the linebackers on the Cowboys are actually fairly good. Like, you can pick apart your offense, but you can't pick apart your defense. It was irritating to me. But there are some out there that do it. Allows me to sort between quarterback, running. Anyway, I'm not trying to tag this website, or plug it, but this is where I got it. This is the 2019 Week 17 rankings. So we are as up to date as possible, and this is three guys rating the receivers, and the consensus is what I had sorted by. Like, one of these guys rated a receiver 10th place, another one 8th place, another one 7th place, so the consensus was 8th place. So they're all fairly okay with each other. I look down and all the rankings are like, they're all kind of in agreement with each other, but they wiggle a little bit. We're going to start with this list, number 10, Adam Thielen. Okay, so I've looked around and tried to find a picture with meets all the criteria: helmet off, pads on, home jersey, and smiling. A lot of the, like, he's got a lot of smiling pics, but the helmet's been picked up, so I can't really see the hair and yada yada. And other smiling pictures, he doesn't have his pads on. So that's why some of these pictures look a little odd, or they're not meeting one of those criteria, because they're weirdly strict criteria. Anyways, so yeah, as I'm looking at this picture, I mean, I like a little bit of fuzz on the face. I don't like completely baby clean, but also sometimes you get receivers that grow a beard out the entire season, and you're just like, oh, dude, wow, mountain man, go in there. Sometimes, please, just get knocked out of the playoffs so you can shave. You're so much better looking on lightly shaven. But Adam Thielen is actually pretty decent looking. He's got ridiculously low profile shoulder pads. Like, they seem like they might be a bit too small for him. Like, they're way more vertical than they are horizontal, which is awkward. I understand receivers basically don't want to be wearing pads. Talk to Willie enough. But they need to legally. But he looks like, you know, looks like a fairly decent guy. I think the eyes are a little too narrow for my liking. But in other pictures of him that are, like, even with the helmet on, he's fairly good. And, you know, once you get full body, things get a little bit better looking. But I think I'm gonna give him like 6 out of 10. He's above average, but not, like, dreamy. Does that make sense? Yeah. To be fair, there are dreamy wide receivers out there. They're just not that good. At least according to this list. I mean, we'll say an honorable mention here of, like, Danny Amendola and Chris Hogan are kind of, they're not dreamy, but they're definitely on the cuter side, but they're not that good. At least for this list. So, all right, next. Seahawks, DK Metcalf. No, this is a great smile. I gotta say, that's a really charming smile. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's on the Seahawks, but, you know, plus that, like, singular nose ring, it's almost like it's the bad boy sort of thing, but I don't know if he has earrings, and, like, there's one picture here where he's, like, completely sideways, you know, and he's got an earring on. I'm not necessarily sure if right ear, so not the ear that's showing in this one, shows to have an earring. But, one nose ring, one earring. Way back in the day, that meant something. Now it's just like, decorate as you want. So, but it is kind of nice, and it's definitely got the guy look. So he doesn't look like a little boy, and he doesn't look like an old man. Some of those tight ends are starting to look like old men. But I gotta say 6.5 out of 10. Greg Ward, Eagles. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's just like there's way too much beard, not enough mustache. Probably be fairly decent if he didn't shave at all, or if he shaved. That's what I meant. But like, at least in this pic, this is a really terrible picture. But there's like nothing of him. I was a little bit like worried because he's like number 4, and I'm like, receivers usually don't go that low in number, but he was getting like quarterbacks, kickers, and stuff. But he is a wide receiver. But anyways, and I'm just like, he's just very bland looking. And the Eagles colors or the Eagles background, it's sort of like making his skin look really ashy. And I know it's not, because I see it in other pictures, the best framed, or from when he was previously on like the Vikings or something. And yeah, I gotta say, this is just 5 out of 10. Like, he's just so average. I mean, in terms of some of the quarterbacks and stuff I saw, and some of the centers, oof, they go below 5, but I mean, he's okay. Stephon Diggs. He's definitely got, like, the confident attitude. And the shoulder pads fit him really well. It seems really odd to be wearing, like, a necklace while playing football. I could see maybe during practice, but I don't know. That's just a personal thing. I try to not wear as much jewelry as I can. But he's definitely got a charming smile. And I see he's definitely got, like, generalized attitude and whatnot. Plus Vikings. I mean, when you go up against that, like, level of, like, blue around you, you kind of get a little bit. It almost gives you half a point just right there. Yes, there are some teams that will never have a half point, but because their colors are like red. But a lot of teams have at least some semblance of a blue. We'll go with 6, a little above average. The attitude probably gets up there, but then again, I haven't actually know him, so the attitude could be a sinker. But he definitely has confidence. He exudes confidence. Okay, so what do we got here? Tyler Lockett, Seahawks again. I have good receivers, and what do we got here? I don't know if this is fairly recent, but I don't know. So he's definitely got the shaved head look, which is fine. I get it for, like, I'd probably have a little bit longer hair for, but sometimes it's just like, it's easier to not have to worry about it. To be fair, the guys with like super long hair in football helmets, I give it up to you guys. I'm not willing to go that far. But I understand cutting your hair pretty short. It definitely looks pretty young. Those shoulder pads are riding really high. Because I can see where the deltoid muscles are coming down, and it's like, like, this could be a weird thing. It just looks really narrow for what he, and based on his looks, yeah, he's pretty average. I mean, I'm looking at there's also a player profile picture on ESPN, obviously, and it's okay. Got a decent smile, but there's nothing bad or endearing about him. I guess we'll go with like 5. I don't know. This is probably a bad picture, but I can't really find any other picture. John Brown, Bills. There is so much I had to put in to find a decent picture of him, because John Brown is, this is not a racial thing, is the most basic white guy name. It is so common that it's just like, the actual search term I have is John Brown, Bills, NFL wide receiver. And it's like, I finally found this one. And yeah, I mean, that's fairly recent. Look at the 100 years of the NFL. Yeah. And he's charming looking. Bills colors, not too beardy, not enough beardy. Everything's kind of proportionate. The smile's a little off to the side, but that always looks like a smirk, sort of thing. Yeah. We'll go with 6.5. Found a lot of pictures of him in other fashions. So this picture I'm not necessarily rating, but this is a good home jersey picture. There's a lot from like his college days and the draft, so that's that. But he's definitely got, he's got the little earring thing going on, and the eyes kind of, in this picture the eyes look good, but in other pictures his eyes are really close together, and it's a little awkward. I gotta go with 4 or 5 actually. But again, it's really hard to find pictures of him. A lot of GIFs, and in those GIFs he definitely has like a certain attitude. Apparently he has like a decent workout regime, and he's made videos on that on YouTube or something, because there is a lot of pictures of him absolutely shirtless, and that is just thirst-inducing right there. But we're going back to that picture, and yeah. So body-wise, awesome. Face-wise, average. So okay, I guess. DeAndre Hopkins. That hair reminds me of Whoopi Goldberg. It does so much. And, more power to him. Sometimes I wonder about the whole long stripe across the thing. Also, it's not very well centered. It's kind of like it comes straight across here, but then goes down over here. Whatever. And it's easy to put on, but, obviously he's ranked 3 at the end of this season, so... he's got he's got a lot of skills. I've got to get, like I said, when I was talking about the long hair on guys, playing football, I got to give it up to them, because they got to wear a large, we got a guy on my team, Max, he's got a lot of hair too, and you got to cram that helmet on there, and you got to have a helmet 1 size more, or 2 sizes more sometimes. That's the thing, is Willie had a fro for a while with dreads, and then he cut it all off for some reason, I forget why, and he was like, my helmet's a little looser. I'm like, well, yeah, you don't have any hair holding it in place. He's like, oh, man, so he had to pump his helmet up a bit more. Because he didn't have hair like this, but he's definitely, DeAndre Hopkins is certainly, it looks like he's got definitely a very playful attitude, but that hair, yeah, big power to him. Face-wise, everything's good, everything's proportional. He smiles great, definitely looks very, very playful in attitude and personality. So we're going with the 6, but I gotta make a clause that hair is, it would make me think of Guinan way too much from Star Trek. Number 2, Julian Edelman. This is an old picture. I'm very aware of this. Very aware of this. This is like baby jewels. The problem is, as I referenced earlier, to be fair, Julian Edelman is ridiculously hot. He's a social media monster. He has a YouTube channel. He's well skilled in football. Obviously, he's ranked 2 on this list. But damn, he grows that beard out. It is so bad. And we're going to give him 2 rankings. Because, when he's baby shaven, at the beginning of the season, meh. Not really. I give him a 5 on that. And he's got a little bit of stubble grown out, probably, week 2 or 3 going on. Okay, that's nice and cool. Then he puts himself up to an 8. But by the end of the season, when he's got Mountain Man going on, and you're just dude, stop. He's way down at a 2 or a 3. It's so bad. You can even get the beard growing out just a little bit more through, weeks 3 through 7. But when you get past, week 10, it starts getting super bad. We're all the way up to week 17, and you're looking at him in the Super Bowl, and it says helmet beard. You're like, no. As we found out with the quarterbacks, it's just no for me when you get that big a beard. Last, Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas looks like the basketball player that decided to play football. Everything about him looks super tall and super long. The hair is really nice. The face is long. Mouth is a bit small. I don't know. The whole package probably ranks as a 6, but very individually, the longer I look at it, the more I'm a 5. And some, and certainly like everyone with social media, certain pictures make you look better than others, and this one is, but like I said, he looks definitely like the basketball player that looks so long. But that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Well, I ranked him, like 6. A lot of these guys, that's part of the issue. You don't have the looks and the skills aren't necessarily hand in hand. Because like I said, Chris Hogan, kind of a cutie, not that great a receiver. Just like with many other football positions. Just because you're hot doesn't mean you're good. So yeah, I will chat with you guys for the next one. I'll put a poll up sometime in the next coming week. Yeah, bye.